city kind of coming together around this run.
It's an honor to do it, to represent the city, but also Canada, because we're representing the country.
I think everyone's buying into what we're doing, and it means a lot to us, and hopefully we can reward them with the trophy.
Well, we hope that we get our best tomorrow and we are able to win it.
Let's head to Terry Fox Plaza in Vancouver, BC. Alex Gange-Ruzik is there. I can see the fans have started to pile on in. What is the atmosphere like?
Yeah, it's great out here. I mean, as you can see, it's a lot of energy. These fans are excited. They know what this game means. It's a beautiful day here in Vancouver, so lots to look forward to.
You know, Alex, when this tournament first started, and we've had these discussions on One Soccer today, there were some Whitecaps fans, you know, who a little bit of interest here and there, and all of a sudden they just see their team picking up momentum every single round. Is there this understanding of the gravity of history here tonight?
Absolutely. This is a city that at large is starving for sports success, at least outside of Canada. Of course, you know, the Vancouver Canucks have struggled to do that. The BC Lions have won things, but only within Canada. The Whitecaps, the Canadian Championship, a special tournament, but it is one that only contains Canadian teams. So to think the Whitecaps at the end of tonight could potentially be the kings of the entire continent, people know what this means. This is a city that loves soccer, has loved it for 50 years, and I think tonight, a special moment tonight would really mean a lot to these fans.
Wonder how good you are with math, AGR. If you looked around, can you guess how many people are already there?
Well, 2,500 was how many people are supposed to be here. It feels like there could maybe even been a bit more. A couple are outside the fence watching. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are just trying to get a peek at this game because word's quickly spreading about how important this is.
Well, it's looking like a lot of fun, AGR there in Terry Fox Plaza. That is the watch party for the Vancouver Whitecaps game here tonight. They become the third MLS Canadian side to make the final. 2015 CF Montreal, they were the first, but they lost to Club America 5-3, and then heartbreak for Toronto FC in 2018, losing to Chivas 4-2 on penalties. Can Vancouver make Canadian soccer history?
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laugh? Are you getting any laughing? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun? And have a little fun.
Oh, wow.
This is comfier than our actual couch.
Say no more. Derek.
Oh, hey, we were just testing out your new patio set from Walmart.
And the barbecue. Add to cart.
My barbecue.
What a nice barbecue.
Parrots are incredible animals.
Another overdue bill?
They're also extremely intelligent.
Forgot to pay again.
And they also repeat things they hear a lot. The new BMO Eclipse Rise Visa card rewards you with points for paying your bill on time every month to help build a routine.
Rewards you with points?
And you get 5 times the points on things like groceries, dining, recurring bill payments.
For paying your bill?
But also you get...
Every month.
And just remember...
Build a routine, huh?
He is a talker.
BMO.
For too long, we've been told that greatness comes from somewhere else. Sorry, that ends now. We are the Canadian Premier League, proudly built for you and by you across this sovereign land, ready to take on the beautiful game on our terms. We may be young, but give us time and underestimate us at your peril. We'll keep grinding until everyone knows exactly who we are. Rosters filled with homegrowns, Canadian kids who just needed a chance, with dreams as vast as our horizons, made right here in Canada, for all the world to see. Season 7 is here. We are the Canadian Premier League. Get stuck in.
From nutritious feed to 7 times omega, enjoy the goodness of Nature Egg Omega Plus eggs. A lot goes into a little at Burnbrae Farms.
CONCACAF Champions Cup on One Soccer is brought to you by Allstate.
The fans are ready, one and done. A winner takes all in this CONCACAF Champions Cup final for 2025. CRUZ AZUL fans, you can see them there. And yes, Vancouver Whitecaps fans waving the Canadian flag inside the stadium, getting set for this one. Kickoff is just moments away now as we head back inside the stadium with Christian Jack. And you know, there's a lot that this Vancouver Whitecaps team has gone through, even in this tournament. We've already mentioned Ryan Gauld's injury pretty early on. No Berhalter here tonight. But how do you think that kind of resolve can help them?
It's a great question. You know, I've been with them the last 3 days in the hotel, getting to know them a little bit more, which has been quite frankly an honor. You know, nothing but gratitude to spend time around a group of individuals who are high performance athletes in a great group that really talks about that nothing has really fazed them. You know, I was thinking about it today. You know, the best way to describe it, you know, sailboats don't wait for the perfect wind before they go out. You know, they adjust it, you know, to whatever comes their way. And, you know, when you think about what the Whitecaps have been through, it's been all about that. It's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it. And the Whitecaps lost the first game to Saprissa, came back and beat them. They played well at home in the next leg, didn't win the game. Then went away and then obviously conceded early in Monterrey, came back and did that. Then they came into this stadium, looked like they were out and scored late. And then they got messy and beat them again. So it's been a remarkable, resilient group who phase nothing, and I think that that's the key. They're not phased by absolutely anything, and this is a final where they're significant underdogs. We've talked about the pressure of the home team, but they know tonight there's going to be times where CRUZ AZUL are going to dominate, and at that point, the Whitecaps so far, it's been a story of bending and not breaking. If they don't break tonight, they'll become the first Canadian team ever to win this Continental crown.
All right, Christian, thanks. Enjoy the match. I just want to know who brought the Bert puppet, Bert and Ernie?
Yep.
That was Bert, right, from Sesame Street? Because I just want to know the story behind that good luck charm. But here's the thing.
Get that through customs.
Yeah, explain that one. Hey, Bert. Vancouver Whitecaps, it's not good luck. It's been hard work that's gotten them to this point. But are you a little concerned? I just mentioned it earlier that it seems like CRUZ AZUL has had a little bit more rest than Vancouver has.
Yes. The fact that Major League Soccer didn't help out this team playing last weekend and midweek this week, I question maybe the legs of the Vancouver Whitecaps at this point. It's been 101 days since their first game of the season on February 20th. They played 24 games. That's a game every 4 days. And it takes its toll. He's rotated his squad. There's clearly depth there. He has trust in players in certain situations, but playing at altitude in a game of this magnitude is going to test them in a different way. And remember, Andy, in their previous 2 trips down to Mexico, they didn't win those games. They drew both of them. Yes, there was a late penalty against Monterrey, so they're going to have to do something they haven't done thus far in this competition if they want to come away with the biggest prize.
I hear you, Wheels. The dip in their quality, though, came after that second leg and after that trip to Miami, naturally.
Yes.
Because you know that you're saving up for this big moment. I think a recipe for success today with Vancouver Whitecaps, if they want to win, is playing that high-tempo football. They can't do it all the time. You're going to expect CRUZ AZUL to keep the ball, to also be defensively organized. But when they go, they all got to go. When they press, they got to go together. And this has been their bread and butter, and the reason why they're playing in this game is because it's not just all 11, all 20-odd people for Vancouver Whitecaps. They're playing with all that they have, and when they go, they gamble, and they believe that they can get things done. So if that is the heartbeat of how they're going to play tonight, they absolutely have a shot of turning things around and being the first to do it.
All right, well, how about Brian White? We saw him there obviously scoring some goals, and we know he could easily play the hero, but who else do you want to see step up?
Well, the Berhalter miss, Ngondo comes in to replace Sebastian Berhalter's been a beast in this competition. We should say as Tosaint Ricketts coming out onto the field, good to see. The thing is, Berhalter scored in the last 3 games of this competition. He's been the CONCACAF Champions Cup beast. So I'm looking for another player who's taken a big step forward this season, 23-year-old Pedro Vite.
Yeah.
He's been excellent, 5 goals, 6 assists on the season thus far. His smarts, his ability to break down a back line, press at times, keep the 2 lines, the midfield and the attack connected. He's going to be the player that I'm watching most, because if he is on tonight, he's going to be a handful. CRUZ AZUL, although they play a wide formation with wide players, they play a lot on the inside, so it's going to be up to players like him, Andreas Kubas, to really control that that midfield tonight, but Vite is my player to watch.
I want to quickly talk about Kubas because he's going to have a lot of dishwashing duties tonight. And what I mean by that is trackbacks that he doesn't normally make, but he has to fill that role, fill that hole, and make sure that he protects Veselinovic and Blattman. We've seen him do it. We've seen him frustrate Messi and company and Suarez as well. But tonight is a night he has to put it all together. And if he can do that, boy, do they have a chance.
The crowd looks great. The trophy is on the pitch. Everyone sees what's up for grabs. We're going to head to the two gentlemen right now. Enjoy the rest of the ceremonies as well. We're going to be calling this match. That is Adam Jenkins and three-time MLS Cup champion John Conway.
Andy, thank you. In Mexico City, everything to play for. One match, winner take all, and legendary status. This is the 2025 CONCACAF Champions Cup Final. And whether you're live at Terry Fox Plaza outside of BC Place or one of the 800 Vancouver Whitecaps supporters plus who made the trip south, or joining us live from coast to coast on One Soccer, you don't need me to tell you just how monumentous this occasion is. It is the Estadio Olímpico Universitario. It is home to footballing and sporting lore, and this just another chapter in what has been a site of so many dreams come true. The Vancouver Whitecaps looking to become just the second ever Major League Soccer side to hoist this trophy and the first to do it in Mexico. Typically, that's a daunting proposition, but for Jesper Sorensen's men, every task that has been assigned to them in this tournament so far, they have passed with flying colors. Whether it's the greatest of all time, winning on this very pitch, or coming back and scoring at the death, no ask has been too large. As the pyrotechnic smoke clears the air above the Estadio Olímpico Universitario, say hello to Terry Fox Plaza in Vancouver, British Columbia. A sold-out crowd for the watch party, as there are thousands of anxious Whitecap supporters who will do their best not to hold their breath for the course of the next 90 minutes to 2 hours. It is one of this region's grandest stages, and it's fitting for an occasion like tonight. It is Adam Jenkins and John Conway in the One Soccer broadcast booth with you. John, I know it was a bit different. 2 legs back in 2018. You've been in this environment. where everything was at stake for a gorgeous trophy to lift and club lore to exist for perpetuity. Now, we know the story. It was the Mexicans that got the better of Toronto FC that night, but when you think back, where does that match, that occasion rank in your career?
I mean, it ranks up there. It's obviously one of the ones I've regret the most because winning that was such a goal for us with the run that we went on from 2017 into 2018 to that final. You know, it's one that I wish we had back and we were able to get that for the club and for the country, but Vancouver has that opportunity tonight. What a great, monumentous occasion it would be if they can be the Canadian team that lifts this trophy.
They are the third and final of the three Canadian Major League Soccer sides to contest the final. No one has done it yet, but in recent years, no one's done it better than Jesper Sorensen's Vancouver Whitecaps.